Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be what to eat on your period. I'm basically going to be giving you guys so many suggestions for good foods to eat on your period because obviously we all know that when we're on our period, everything to do with our body is just kind of insane. So your body really needs to be well nourished and taken care of during the time when you're on your period, and there are certain foods that can help your period symptoms more. And also, since you're having like a lot of cravings on your period usually, it's important to know when to listen to those cravings and also just like what to eat like that your body might be craving that is good for you when you're on your period. So I'm really excited to film this video. I've wanted to do this video for a really long time, so I'm really excited to film this. I have a whole list. I did a lot of research. All the resources I used for this video will be linked down below because it's important to eat well on your period, but it's also important to treat yourself on your period, and you can treat yourself by eating like good foods to eat when you're on your period. I just wanted to start this video by saying a little disclaimer. If you are a vegan or a vegetarian, or you are allergic to something, or just basically anything in this video that you're not allowed to eat or you shouldn't eat, or like for religious reasons, anything like that, obviously don't listen to me. These are just my suggestions, and I'm sure you can find at least one thing in this video that would be good to eat on your period. I am going to be using the word iron a lot in this video because it's really important. So before I start with like the actual foods in this video, I'm going to provide a definition of iron and like what it is. Iron is a mineral that the body needs for growth and development, and it is used to make hemoglobin, which is a protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen from the lungs to all parts of the body, and also myoglobin, which is a protein that provides oxygen to muscles. And your body also needs iron to make some hormones. So especially for us people who get periods out there, we're losing blood, and so we're using iron to make that blood. So you don't want your iron levels to get too low because you can become anemic, which anemia is basically you lack enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen to your body's tissues. Females are at more of a risk for developing this just because of, you know, periods. Just know that it's important for your period, and know that you can become deficient in it if you don't nourish your body properly and like you're having heavy periods especially. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say on that topic. So we're starting off with a fun first food that you should eat when you're on your period, which is dark chocolate. If you're going to eat sweets on your period, this is definitely the best sweet to eat on your period because it's actually good for you. By the way, if you don't know what I'm looking down at, it's literally my computer. But dark chocolate actually has a lot of iron and also something else important for your body, which is magnesium, which actually can help you with your PMS symptoms, and it's also like a mood booster. Like eating dark chocolate can actually boost your mood, and especially when you're having mood swings on your period and like your mood could be kind of low, this can help bring it up, especially because it just tastes good. Basically, if you're gonna have some sort of chocolate or a sweet, eat dark chocolate because it's really good for you. It's really good for like, you know, when you're losing blood, going through mood swings, stuff like that on your period. The next food is just kind of like a whole section in general, which is water-based foods, and my suggestions for this section are lettuce, cucumbers, and watermelon. If you think about it, these foods all kind of have something in common, which is that like when you think of watermelon, it has water in it, and same with cucumber, because when you're on your period, you're at much higher of a risk for like, you know, dehydrating because you're losing so many fluids. So to replenish those fluids, obviously drink a lot of water, but also eat foods that are like rich with water, like cucumbers, watermelon, I think even lettuce. Basically, if you want to stay hydrated, like, you know, eating watermelon on my period is so good for me because it does taste sweet, and so that way you don't have to eat something that's actually like really unhealthy and sweet, and you don't have to eat like processed sugars, which are actually bad for you to eat on your period. It's probably why I have more painful periods, because okay, anyway, you get the point. You know, eat a lot of water-based fruits and vegetables and foods and stuff like that to stay hydrated on your period because it will help you feel better. The next foods you should eat are leafy green vegetables, and this is so important for your period because when your like blood flow is heavy, your iron levels are going to go down, as we've been talking about, because you're losing blood. And obviously not for all people, but you're at more of a risk for it happening. And these leafy green vegetables have iron in them, and they also are kind of water-based, some of them. So by eating these, you're just really helping out your body. Like basically the point of this video is what can you eat that will help you feel better on your period and like keep your body healthier when you're on your period. The next food that I would recommend eating on your period is red meat, and of course everyone's going to have different opinions on this. As I said at the beginning of this video, some people are vegans and vegetarians, and everyone has different values when it comes to food, so obviously don't eat this if it doesn't agree with what you eat. But red meat does have a lot of iron in it, so it can really help you. Like for example, whenever I'm on my period, I always have a burger at some point on my period just because I feel like it helps me with all the blood I'm losing. But I am warning you that red meat does contain prostaglandins, which basically increases your cramps on your period. So if you're already likely to have bad cramps on your period, maybe don't eat this, but it is high in iron, so that could help you. The next food I would recommend eating on your period is fish, and the reason for this is because it contains these things called omega-3s. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but they can actually help reduce the intensity of your period pain. They also have just so many good nutrients in them that are good for your body when you're on your period. So if you experience, you know, heavy periods, mood swings during your period, or a lot of period pain, eating fish can really help. But obviously don't eat too much. Don't eat too much of any of this. Like, obviously these are just good things to have, like, you know, for a meal or a snack on your period, maybe like a couple times, but obviously everything in balance. The next foods I would recommend eating are beans and lentils, and this is because they're really rich in protein. So if you are like a vegan or a vegetarian or something like that, then these foods can be really helpful to eat for some of those nutrients, because protein will give you more long-lasting energy than like carbs, carbohydrates. And again, I know I keep saying this word. I told you guys, I warned you at the beginning of this video, I would keep saying this word, but they are rich in iron, so that will also help you with your period symptoms and your period in general. This next one that I'm gonna tell you to eat is interesting, and I don't really listen to this just because I don't like it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because I feel like I'm one of the only ones who doesn't like it. But yogurt. Yogurt is such a good food to have on your period for a reason that you might not think of. But basically, you're more likely to get a yeast infection during or after your period. And if you don't know what a yeast infection is, it's basically what can happen if there's just like a lot of blood or something similar to that going on down there, and there's not enough like air circulation, like bacteria can build up if you don't take care of yourself and like do proper hygiene when you're on your period. And it's not even your fault, like you can just be more likely to this when you're on your period. So yogurt is rich in probiotics, and I know this sounds weird, but it can basically help like the good bacteria down there to help avoid these kinds of infections. And there's also so many other like nutrients in yogurt that can help you with your period symptoms and help you feel healthier on your period. The next food I'm going to recommend to you to eat on your period is actually kind of two foods, but basically oats. So like oatmeal or oatmeal cookies even. And I told you, I'm giving you guys some fun options like in this video. It's not all like, you know, eat lettuce. Oats are one of the top foods for women who suffer from painful menstrual cycles because they're high in these like minerals, zinc and magnesium, which fight cramps. So if you experience bad cramps or just you don't even feel them, but like, you know, you're losing a lot of blood, which means that you're having, you know, a lot of cramps in your uterus where the blood comes out from, then this is really good to help with that. So, you know, have oatmeal for breakfast, maybe bake some oatmeal cookies and add some dark chocolate chips to them when you're on your period. And my last suggestion for what to eat on your period is kind of it's not a food, it's a drink. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. It's tea. It's basically ginger and peppermint tea mainly, because ginger, especially in tea, can really help improve your symptoms when you're on your period, because its effects are anti-inflammatory, which basically means like the muscles that are like achy from cramping to like help you lose all the blood are sore, and so it can help make them less sore. Just don't have too much of it, you know, like have a warm mug of ginger tea at the end of the day. And same for peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is known to like help with the symptoms of PMS and also just like your period, like cramps or any digestive problems that you might be getting when you're on your period, because when you're on your period you're more likely to experience like digestive troubles like with your stomach. It's just really important to like know what to eat so that you can have the best periods as possible, even though there's nothing positive about the way that you feel on your period. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it, and I really hope that this video was able to help you in guiding you to know what foods are good foods to eat when you're on your period, because periods are just a time of complete torture. You're losing so much blood, you're having mood swings and cramps and pain and discomfort and cravings, and you have no idea what to do, and you're a complete mess physically and emotionally every week of every month for years of your life, decades of your life actually. So it's really important to know what to do to make those periods easier for you so that they can be less of a stressful time in your life. And so yeah, before you leave, please like this video, and if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below dark chocolate is the best, because I will take dark chocolate over milk chocolate any day. And if you try it, I promise you'll like it, and if you don't like it, then what is wrong with you? I'm just kidding. I love all of you guys no matter what kind of chocolate you like. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do so many other period videos, not just this. I have a period playlist with currently over 50 videos in it, so definitely go feel free to check that out if you need more information on periods and just like help with dealing with periods. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye!